What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video, I want to show you MyCrush and Bite Harder, which are two new plugins from Denise Audio. These are both bitcrusher plugins, Bite Harder having more extensive features and featuring Denise Audio's patented push-pull technology, and MyCrush being a more simplified version, but having its own unique feature as well. And you can actually get MyCrush for free right now just for signing up for Denise Audio's mailing list. I'll have a link for that in the description. All right, we're going to start with Bite Harder. So if you're familiar with Denise Audio's plugins, we have the same GUI that we always have. We have the push-pull technology, which is going to allow you to boost or cut frequencies into the bitcrusher, and then you can push or pull those frequencies on the output with the pull here. And going across the top, this random button here is just going to introduce a random curve. You have repeat, which is going to repeat the signal, a stutter, which is going to give it like a gated effect, glitch. You have drive, which is going to add distortion. You have pre, high pass, and low pass filters. Here's your mix. Silky is going to smooth out the distortion caused from the bit crushing. High pass, low pass, post. We just went over pull. So resample is going to change the sample rate, and reduce is going to change the bit rate. You have your input and output controls here, and lastly, you have a clipper here. So I've got this on a piano here, and we're going to start with it off, and then I'm going to bring it in. All right, now I'm going to solo it so you can hear specifically what Bite Harder is doing here. So that movement that you're hearing is being caused by the stutter effect here. Let's listen to it one more time. All right, so let's go over just some of these controls and show you what it can do. I'm going to copy these settings so I don't lose them. So let's first look at the repeater. So right now it's set to 1/8, and this is what that sounds like. Actually, let's do another instance here. Because I've got automation written in for the stutter right now. I think I've got it on another track here. No, so let's just open up another instance. Okay, we bypassed the first one. And let's take this off for now. All right, so I'm going to hit the repeat. That's at 1/8. Here's at 1/16. So it just repeats the signal there, and you will have to write this in as automation, because if you click this, it's not going to stay. It's only going to happen when you click it. So in order to use this, you will need to write this in as automation. For the stutter, you heard it on 1/16. Let's go up to 1/32. Now, the glitch is really powerful. You can hear it even at 1%. Let's take a listen. You can just imagine what kind of effects you can get with that by automating that as well. A drive is going to add some more distortion. All right, and so resample, I said, is going to change the sample rate. Let's actually back this mix down a little bit. Reduce is going to reduce the bit rate. And lastly, let's take a look at the push-pull technology here. So with this EQ here, if we made a low shelf boost, like let's do a bell. So if we make a boost like this, we're now boosting this frequency. Where are we at? 105. We're boosting 105 into the bit crusher, but it's not boosting 105 on the output. Well, let's see. With pull at 100, it's not boosting it at the output. It's just like a side chain. We're just boosting that frequency into the bit crusher, but then we can add that frequency to the output by using the pull. So pull at 0% means that it's kind of a little backwards, but pull at 0% means we're 100% pushing that frequency on the output as well. I like to use it normally somewhere between 40 and 50%. And that's the boost. Same way goes for a cut. We're now cutting that frequency in the side chain into the bit crushing, but then we can use pull to adjust how much of that we want on the output. And here's a quick example of that. Let's use the random for this. So this one, for example, we're cutting lows and we're boosting some highs. And I'll just play with the push-pull here just to demonstrate that. All right, so that's Bite Harder. I'm going to flip over to another session and we'll take a look at My Crush. So we have My Crush here. And like I said, this is a simpler version of Bite Harder. We have the stutter effect. And over here we have six different preset curves. You've got just flat, downward spiral, frown, sky high, smile, and devil's horns. I think I was on smile. Okay. You have your pre and post high pass and low pass filters, mix in the middle. We have resample and reduce, same thing from Bite Harder. And then we have input and output here. So with this, let's take a listen to, I've got this on this bass line. I'm going to play it with it out, and then I'll bring it in on the loop. So again, we're using the stutter to add some movement. I'm going to solo the bass now so you can hear exactly what My Crush is doing. All right, now I'm going to play it and let's go through these preset curves here. So My Crush is easy to use. You can get interesting sounds with it really quickly. I really love the stutter effect on here. Just adds movement to whatever you're putting it through. So that's a look at Bite Harder and My Crush. I have a link in the description for both of these. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to continue to see content from me, then you know what to do. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite you to check out my podcast, the Faders Up Podcast, where we discuss pro audio and beyond. We discuss everything from recording to gear to the music business. So if you're an audio engineer, songwriter, recording artist, music producer, this podcast is for you. We recently started season 2, and we're going to have a lot of listener questions on this season, as well as some really cool guests that's lined up and giveaways as well. So if you've already subscribed and followed the podcast, thank you. If you haven't, it's available on all platforms, and I encourage you to check it out. Also, rate it and review it and let us know what you think.